Hello fellow cinema enthusiasts, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz movie review. Today is my segment I like to call What's on Netflix, where I tell you what is on Netflix that maybe you've never heard of, or maybe I used to do a low rating, but I don't know the rating system anymore. Maybe you guys can figure it out. But I am going to review for you a movie on Netflix called Two Lovers and a Bear from 2016, starring my absolute acting girl crush Tatiana Maslany and this guy Dane DeHaan. I think that is his name. Two Lovers and a Bear starts off with this guy named Roman and this girl named Lucy. They live in this frozen town called Apex in Canada, and I mean frozen to the core. Like, you cannot see the roads, and the town is so small that everybody knows each other. This is just, their relationship was just so weird, and it was like really uncomfortable, and I get uncomfortable. I don't mind when certain things get uncomfortable in movies because then that makes it different. But Roman and Lucy, I'm like, what is going on? It's just like they had so many issues. They had issues on top of issues, and they were just like really weird with each other. Lucy thinks that she has a stalker, and Roman's like, there's nobody there, and he has his own issues. He tries to like kill himself by drinking a lot, and then he gets thrown into like AAA or something like that. He gets thrown into like rehab, and then Lucy comes to see him. I don't even know. I can't even tell you. But then they decide to just go off into the frozen tundras of wherever they are, in all the way in the coldness of Canada. And they see this caribou, this herd of caribou who had walked through like melted water, but then they all got stuck in the ice. So they're like, oh, our lives are like this caribou. We just followed each other, and then we just fell in the water and we stayed there, we froze. Well, it's just, you know, they kind of like maybe worked, I don't even know. Honestly, I can't even tell you the plot of this movie because I was just like constantly going, what the fuck is happening in this movie? My expectations for Two Lovers and a Bear might have been a little high because, as you can tell from this beginning, Tatiana Maslany has my heart and soul, you know, as far as just like adoring her for her acting, and she was nothing short of brilliant. Like, this was acting I've never seen of hers before, you know, from like her movies like The Woman in Gold or Cass and Dylan or Grown Up Movie Star or Picture Day, or you know, like her shows like Orphan Black. This was just different, and I really liked her acting. I got to see like a completely different side, and more sides of that woman than I think I ever want to see again in my life. It's bad enough on Orphan Black we see some of her, and I've seen more than I ever want to see of this girl in my life ever again. But I could not get into this movie. I could not get into the characters. But like I said, I think my expectations for Two Lovers and a Bear might have been just way too high because I love Tatiana Maslany, and you know, like every movie I've seen her in, she's just been like, oh my god, she's awesome. Like, to me anyway, I've just loved it. You know, like, she makes it better. In this movie, I'm just like, girl, like, even your acting can't make this better. This is just what is going on. Like, like I said, none of the characters are likable. And it was just weird. To me, it was just too weird. And you might be like, well, why are you reviewing this and telling us that this is on Netflix? I'm telling you guys because if you are Tatiana Maslany fans, you just have to go watch it. If you watch her on Orphan Black, it should be like your duty to go watch anything that Tatiana Maslany is in, because the girl is just freaking fantastic. And I don't know, it's just something different, and maybe you guys will like it. Maybe, you know, you're into like outrageously uncomfortable romantic, I don't even want to say this was romantic. It just didn't feel like a romantic relationship in you know, like the common way. And maybe that's why. Maybe I'm so conditioned with like romantic movies that the couples be lovey-dovey. Sometimes I have like, you know, issues and then I come together at the end. But like, the whole movie was just kind of a bummer. It was kind of a downer. I didn't like the story. It was too weird for me, even for me, and I've seen the weirdest shit you can think of, and I didn't like Two Lovers and a Bear. But, you know, I just want to put it out there, if any of you guys watching this are Tatiana Maslany fans, you know, it's worth watching maybe like halfway. Because the ending, I'm like, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. This bummer of an ending. I kind of saw it coming towards one part, but I'm like, why? Why? That was such a, like, I mean, the movie just went, like, there was no high point in this movie. It just went all the way down, and it never picked up. It was really, really weird. But as I keep saying, just Tatiana Maslany fans, you understand. Just go and watch Two Lovers and a Bear on Netflix. Don't give it a great rating. If you can even still give ratings. Can you give ratings on Netflix? I have no idea. I would never do that. But try it out. I mean, every movie for me is worth watching at least once, unless it is just so horrifically bad, and this isn't like the worst of the worst I've ever seen, where I'm like, never watching this again. Would I sit through Two Lovers and a Bear again? No, I would not. But it was worth watching at least once, and I'm kind of happy I did, because again, Tatiana Maslany, always her, always for that girl. I'll watch anything she's in. So that was my review. Maybe? Was it a ramble? Maybe it's more of a bitch fest of Two Lovers and a Bear that is currently on Netflix, and it stars the lovely Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black. If you liked this bitch fest in any way, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have seen Two Lovers and a Bear, please let me know. Let me know what you think. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I wasn't seeing something in this story. Maybe I was just being too critical of it, and you know, I don't know. Just if you've seen it, let me know, please, because I need to work out some of this story. And if you guys have any suggestions of what I should watch on Netflix, be them movies, be them TV shows, leave them there. And if I pick your movie or TV show and I watch it and I review it, I'll give you a shout out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there for future Let's Get Reels and what's on Netflix reviews. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.